Dolly Parton on first time she truly found God, and how faith shapes her relationship. With fame, Dolly Parton's connection with God came on her terms. Parton, who recently announced an upcoming Las Vegas residency, opened up about her relationship with God on the July 10th episode of the Chloe in Wonderland podcast with Khloe Kardashian. Parton said her grandfather was a preacher, and they were Pentecostal, which focused on hellfire, brimstone teachings, and getting saved, which left her so scared. The Jolene singer, though, vividly recalled the first time she truly found God. There was an old, abandoned church house down below us, where it had been a church years ago. She said it still had an old abandoned piano, and it had broken down. And this was where people go to drink, have sex, stuff written on the walls, but still had Bible verses and everything. But I would go to that old church, and I felt the presence. I felt the presence there. And so it was in that old, abandoned church that I just praying to God the way that I was just saying, well, just show me, help me, save me, because I want to be ready. So it was then that I just had this peace fall over me, and I just felt like that I had, for the first time in my life, had truly found God. Parton, whose husband died earlier this year, said the moment opened her eyes, and I felt like that I just had a knowing of what my life was supposed to be. She said, and I thought it was just a feeling that said, you go and don't you stop until I say stop. So I never have. So that was kind of how that happened. It had to happen without fear and without influence and without anything else. Parton also said people need to have faith in something beyond themselves. You have to believe in something bigger than you. And whether you call it science, whether you call it nature, whether you call it this or that, doesn't matter. There's a force there. There's an energy. There's a greatness. And those of us that do believe like we do, however you find him, just do. She said, even if I knew there was no God, I choose to believe it because I want to believe there's something out there. And I do believe it, she added. Parton also said she talks to God. I say, hey Dad, so I talk about everything. I talk out loud. If somebody was to see me when I'm by myself, if I get excited about something, I'll shout. I think, Lord, if somebody saw me, they'd think I was totally insane, she joked. Parton has spent decades as an enormous star, transcending the country music genre, but she said her faith has helped her avoid thinking too highly of herself, while also giving her an ability to speak to others looking for something more. I think you're going to reach more people, somebody like us, that are in a place of power. She said, I think there's a lot of people out there that don't know what to think, don't know what to believe. They want to believe in something, but they don't, whether they believe in God or not. If they believe in something you're doing, and if you say something that'll give them that hope that there is something more. So I really just think we just have to walk that fine line to kind of try to keep it within ourselves, but to be able to project that to people.